Simon King. I'm taking Dr. Buckle's communication class. Today I'm going to be talking about the benefits of homeschooling. My objective today is not for everyone to go out and homeschool their children or to become a home-educated student themselves, but rather realize and understand that sometimes for certain students, homeschooling is a better avenue for their education. I'd like to thank my friends for sitting through this today and helping me out. When we hear names like Ansel Adams and Lewis Carroll, Florence Nightingale, Jedediah Purdy, we can hear names like President Woodrow Wilson, President Theodore Roosevelt, President Franklin Roosevelt, President Abraham Lincoln. We have photographers, we have politicians, we have authors, we have the medical field represented there, we have professors at large universities in America today represented in that category. But something else that we have represented in that category, some common thread that ran through each and every one of them, is at some point in their life they experienced home education. Whether it was for a brief semester or for several years, they benefited from the benefits of home education. Many of these names that I've read to you have made an imprint not only on their generation, but several generations after them, and some of them that will leave their imprint on generations till the end of mankind. I was reading an article that was posted on December 4th of 2010. It was titled, "The World's Most Extraordinary Homeschoolers." It was a list of 15 of them. I'd like to talk about 2 of them. One of the people in that article was named by Forbes magazine on 2 different occasions the most powerful woman in the world. She was also the first black woman to hold the position as U.S. Secretary of State. Her name was Condoleezza Rice. Condoleezza's mother felt at some time in her upbringing that she needed to take time off of work and instill some principles and some good building blocks and lay a good foundation in her education. So she took a year off work and she set a program aside, some things that she wanted to invest in Condoleezza. She set piano aside, ballet, French, figure skating. Those were just a few of the extra activities that she threw in her daughter's education program because she felt like she could instill 100% of her time, 100% of her effort into her daughter's future, and as we can all see, that has certainly paid off. Miss Rice has not only made an imprint on her generation, but the generations to come. Another figure on that list of extraordinary homeschoolers is a young man by the name of Sho Yano. Sho Yano was reading at the age of 2. He was writing at the age of 3. He was playing piano at the age of 4 and composing at the age of 5. Now, something that's really interesting about this story is when Mrs. Yano realized that her son had a special gift, that he was talented, gifted, extraordinary, above other students. She didn't go and seek out the best private colleges. She didn't go to the best universities and say, "Could you invest in my son? I'm going to send him here." He could have got a free ride to anywhere in the world being a kid of that IQ. His IQ was sitting at about 200. Now, his mother having a much smaller IQ than that, she still said, "I can give him the best education and I can place him on the best path so that he can make it further in life by me investing in him." We find out that Sho Yano graduated from the University of Chicago at the age of 12. He received his bachelor's degree. He went on to study medicine, and he is continuing studying medicine to this day. Mrs. Yano has written several books in Korean on the benefits of home education. She believes in it so much that she's investing her time and effort and energy in Sho Yano's younger sister. She is home educating her. This is a young lady that is gifted in her own right. She's fixing to graduate from Roosevelt University with a bachelor's degree, and she's only 13 years old. Now, this was just a few names on that list of people that benefited from home education. There's an article written by Dr. Brian Ray. It was posted on January 6, 2015. The article is titled Research Facts on Homeschooling. There's a couple cool facts and statistics that we can find on this article, and you can find this article at the National Home Education Research Institution. There's a few things that he states I'd like to share with you. He said home education is becoming much more popular. It's growing anywhere from 2 to 8% per annum in the last few years. In 2010, there was a study done, and they found that there was approximately 2.2 million home-educated students in America today. Now, out of the 2.2 million home-educated students in America today, that represents approximately $24 billion that the taxpayers did not have to invest in education, because home education is not funded by the government. Now, we can hear some other statistics and facts from this article. We find that homeschoolers' retention rate on average sits at about 88.7%, and overall population sits at about 87.7%. Now, I understand that's only a 1% difference, but if we look at the graduation rate of homeschoolers, that sits at about 66.7%, and the overall population is at 57.5%. And that's a 9.2% difference by kids in home education. Now, I know that I named several figures and people influential that left a fingerprint on society for their generation and generations to come, but another story I'd like to share with you is my story. I have not left a huge fingerprint on my generation or generations to come, but I am a benefactor of home education. My parents decided that that was the route that they wanted to take with me, and they invested time and energy and effort, and I believe that I have benefited greatly from their investment. Now, once again, my point is not for everyone to go out and home educate. It is just to take a look at it and realize that this may be the proper avenue for some of the kids that are struggling in today's society. Thank you.